Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Heather Jones. I'm the #1 intuitive teacher in the world, and today we are going to go over the 7 keys. What are the 7 keys? These are the keys that will help you unlock your truth. So, key #1 is you have been lied to. Your body literally has its own secret language. It speaks to you through pain. Hey everyone, welcome to the Truth Code. Come on in. Today we are going to be teaching you the most incredible tools to unlock all your truth. So if you have been dealing with chronic pain, chronic inflammation, you've been going to the doctors and the doctors are saying everything's fine, there's nothing wrong with you. That's because they're not treating things that are spiritual. So you most likely are dealing with things that you cannot see. So yeah, a doctor is not going to tell you that you have emotional trauma, that you have generational trauma, that you have spiritual warfare going on, that you've absorbed someone's energy. Okay, so if you guys want to learn the most 7 powerful keys, thanks for the love, that will unlock your truth. Do you know that when you silence your pain, you're literally silencing your truth? Do you know that when you silence your pain, you are literally silencing your truth? What does that mean? Well, ever since you were a little kid, you've been taught to shut up, to be quiet, and to listen to who? Your parents, your teachers, your coaches, the prophets, the priests. Okay? We've been taught to bypass our emotions. We've been taught that the second you have pain, that it's bad and you need to run and take ibuprofen or Tylenol. So we have been taught our lives to mask and silence our pain. But when you silence your pain, you guys, you literally silence your truth. So every day on my live, I take people who have a 10-10 pain and we get them to 0 in minutes. I'm not a healer. I'm not a savior. But I teach people these keys because I had to learn these keys myself. So I spent over 10 years, over $15,000 in several holistic modalities to learn the most powerful thing. And that is your body literally speaks to you. That God has blessed you with an intuitive gift called your intuition. And every single time you prayed to God and you prayed for answers, you prayed for truth, you literally received the answer. But we have forgotten how to get our yes and our no. So I teach you for free how to get your yes and your no and how to use these keys to unlock your truth. Because you guys, our system is broken. Our system is broken. Our system is meant to keep you silenced, to keep you sick, because you cannot profit off of healed people. Okay? So welcome in everyone. We are going to be talking about the 7 keys. I teach these keys for free. If you're watching this live and you're hearing these keys, feel so blessed. Feel so blessed because it took me over 10 years, over $15,000 in certifications that I give you for free. What do? I take people with a 10-10 pain and we get them to 0 in minutes. You could do this too. If you are dealing with chronic pain, chronic inflammation, yes, you've been dealing with autoimmune disorders, the C word, debilitating pain that you've been dealing with for years, severe migraines, headaches, back pain, neck pain, gout, allergies. Do you know that your body has literally been speaking to you, telling you that something's wrong, trying to tell you exactly what's wrong? But guess what? We've been told to silence the pain. But when you silence your pain, you literally silence your truth. Yes. Healthcare is a scam. Eat healthy, exercise, and pray to God. Yeah. I wish it was only eating healthy and exercising and praying. Okay? It actually is that simple. But when you have the keys, you can know. I'm going to give you the keys. You guys, key #1, write these down, get a pen and paper. Follow me. Don't lose me. Key #1 is your body literally speaks to you through pain. Pain is the secret messenger of the body. How else would our spirit, would God be able to speak to us that something is not right? Okay? So if we can just change pain to communication, we'll have a better relationship with our bodies and our health. The problem is that you've silenced your messenger for years. So the messenger, your pain, has to get louder and louder and louder until you finally listen. And then we finally listen and we go to the doctors and the doctors say, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. You're totally fine. Here's your $1,000 bill. Bye. Because you are dealing with something that is spiritual. We worked with a lady yesterday who spent thousands and thousands of dollars, had no clue what was causing her pain. We got her from a 10-10 pain to a 0 in minutes. Why? Because we held sacred space. We asked which key. There's only 7. When you stop silencing your truth, the pain will go away. Pain is just a messenger. So, key number 2, you guys, it could be physical. It could be a heavy metal, a toxin, a parasite, or a nutrient deficiency. But which one? Because if it is a parasite, we're not going to just take whatever parasite cleanses there are. We want to know which parasite. We want to know which heavy metal. We want to know which toxin. We want to know which nutrient deficiency. And do you know that your body literally will tell you which one? In seconds. So in my $27 advanced guide, I have all the charts. I teach you how to get a yes or no in seconds so that you can say, is this physical? If so, what? And then I also teach you in my guide how to know what product you're taking is actually going to work. Because a lot of the supplements, you guys, out there are not regulated. And they've even proven this when they've doing the toilet water cleaning, that there's thousands of vitamins and pills literally just being pooped right out. So not only am I going to tell you exactly which one, if it is physical, we're only on key number 2 out of 7, we're going to test the efficacy of what you're taking to get to the root cause. And if it's not at a 90 to 100% going to help me clear this, I'm not taking it. Okay? Yeah, thanks for the sunglasses. You guys don't forget to follow and like and share. Share it with people who need this truth, you guys. So key number 2, it could be physical. Once you figure out what it is, though, guess what? Your body knows how to heal itself. Thanks for the love, Kat. All right, key number 3. So let's talk about something, okay? Doctors can't explain why some illnesses aren't physical because they're spiritual. Key number 3 is you could have a trapped emotion. You can literally have had experienced some type of trauma that you could not handle the emotion. Okay? Do you know that there's physical trauma, sexual trauma, emotional trauma, religious trauma, spiritual trauma? And do you know if you experienced any of these traumas as a child, you did not have the emotional capability to recognize and tell yourself the truth? So when I was 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 years old, being physically traumatized, sexually traumatized, I did not have the mental capacity to say that what was happening to me was not okay. So what did my body do? It took that emotion and it buried it down until I was able to process that with a grown mind, the capacity to look back and say that's not okay. But here's the problem, you guys. You've been silenced since you were a little kid and now you're an adult. That pain has tried to come out several times. But what are we taught to do? We are taught to push that down, to silence it, to take an ibuprofen, to take a Tylenol. We're taught to push it down. Don't you dare cry, you guys. Don't you dare cry, men. Because if you cry, you're a baby. If you cry, you're not strong. If you cry and you're vulnerable, you're weak. But that is a lie. The lie is your body has been trying to tell you that there's something wrong, but we keep silencing our pain, which silences our truth. So key number 3, you guys, emotional trauma. I teach you how to release this for free. You guys, we're going to do one-on-ones at about 2:30. I'm going to prove to you that these keys work for free. We're going to take people from a 10-10 pain to a 0 pain in minutes. All we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to hold sacred space. Yeah, there's people sharing some really personal stories here about their trauma. Okay? I'm going to show you how to release it in seconds. I have a free guide that teaches you these keys and a system on how to release, but it takes a little bit longer, but it works. Okay, so let's go to the next key. Hey, you guys, for those of you who just joined, my name's Heather Jones. I'm the #1 intuitive teacher in the world. Don't believe me? Look me up. I teach you the 7 keys for free. When you have these 7 keys, it unlocks all truth. You have something so sacred, so divine. It is your gift from God. It is called discernment, intuition. Do you know every single time you prayed and asked God for an answer, he spoke to you through your body? Your body responds yes and no. Do you know chiropractors figured this out years ago? They're like, wow, the body responds. Okay? And you can tap into that. And you can know exactly what's causing your pain. Exactly. Okay? So we're talking about the keys. Key number 1 is your body literally speaks to you through pain. You have been silencing your pain, which is your truth. When you silence your truth, the pain remains. And it will get louder and louder and louder, more and more severe, until you're forced to deal with it because the pain is so bad. You go to the doctors, guess what? What do the doctors say? There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. But here's your $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 medical bill that's not covered by insurance. And then you're sent home with the pain still. You're gaslighted. Just take pain medication. That's going to cause 100 other side effects. Okay, I'm going to share more about that personally, but we're going through the keys. Key number 2, it could be physical. You can help your friends. In my advanced guide, it's $27. I teach you how to do exactly what I'm doing tonight for $27. So key number 2, it could be physical, you guys. What could it be if it's physical? A parasite, a heavy metal, a toxin, or a nutrient deficiency. Because the truth is if one of those are out of alignment, it can cause a whole bunch of things like a domino effect. But you can help your body clear that thing, and then it knows what to do, okay? But which parasite? You guys, so many people are on the parasite cleanse, and they don't even need it. So many people are doing heavy metal cleanses, and they don't even need it. So many people are doing toxin cleanses. They don't need it. So many people are taking vitamins, and they're not doing crap. So I'm here to tell you, if you have one of these things, you can test. Your body will tell you exactly which one. And then we're going to test the efficacy of what you're taking. And if it's not a 90 to 100%, then we're throwing it away. We waste our money. So we are no longer playing a needle in a haystack and guessing what the hell's wrong with us. We're going to ask and we're going to receive. God literally gave us everything in Scripture. Jesus literally showed us the way. Knock and I will open the door to you. Ask and you shall receive. We have been asking, we have been receiving, but we haven't been listening because we've been gaslighting and masking and pushing things down. Key number 3, you guys. Emotional trauma. You do not escape emotional trauma. Yes, I have things written. I have a free guide. Click my picture, it'll show my profile, and I have a Stan store. I have my free guide. In my $27 guide, though, I teach you how to get yes or no in seconds. And then you have all the charts, all the 7 key charts, what's 7 key, what to ask, how to clear. And then also, how do you do this for other people? Also, money blocks. There's a bonus, how to clear your money blocks. Okay? So you guys, we did not come to this earth to escape trauma and trials. That is #training. #training. So if you've gone through severe trauma and severe trials, you're a survivor, babe. That was your training. Okay? You don't get to escape your training. The pain is going to remain until you stop silencing your truth. When you listen to the truth that your body is trying to communicate to you so that you can let go of it, it will leave your body and you will be pain-free instantly. We're going to do this live. On this live call, we're going to take people from a 10 to a 0 in seconds, minutes. I'm not a healer. I'm not proclaiming to be a healer. I'm not a savior. I'm not proclaiming to be a savior. I'm here to teach men how to fish, to do it themselves. Okay? Yes, Nina. Look at you, kicking ass. You're still here. That speaks louder than anything. You guys, I'm 41 years old. I am a survivor, and I teach you the keys through embodied living. I've literally lived every key to the worst. Okay? I'm dropping truth bombs. These 7 keys are the most powerful keys you will ever learn in your entire life. You have to start listening to your intuition. That is your literal gift from God. That is your discernment. That is your truth. It can never lie. It always has to tell you the truth. so that when people try to deceive you or put the wool over your eyes, not me, Satan, not me, gaslighting doctor, not me, gaslighting parents or coaches or teachers or pastors or prophets or healers, okay, or psychics. Okay, so we're going through the keys. We already gone through key 1, your body speaks to you through pain. Key 2 could be physical. Key 3, it could be emotional trauma. Okay, key number 4, you can have generational trauma. You can have things passed down generationally. It's called epigenetics. I'm not a scientist, but scientists have proven this. So you can have phobias, fears, addictions, sicknesses, diseases passed down from generations. Some people in here are absolutely terrified of like the most random things. And you're like, why? I'm not. Because you could literally have had someone in your lifetime have something terrifying happen and they pass that down through the bloodline to help you survive, right? They've proven this through mice. So I work with people, we test, yes, it's generational. Yes, it's from mom's side. Yes, it's from dad's side. It's generations back. You can clear it. You can clear it in seconds. So do you know that you can have a 10-10 pain in your back, in your neck, in your hip, in your shoulder? That's generational. That's not even yours. And you can clear it in seconds. You guys, we literally do this on this live. So at 2:30, between 2:30 and 2:40, we're going to go and do these one-on-one. But first, we're going to get through the 7 keys. If you have not already, get my free guide or write them down. If you want to learn exactly how do I get answers myself, yes or no, for other people and yourself, it's $27. Generational trauma, you guys. So my dad's dad served in Vietnam. He came home with extreme PTSD. He was an alcoholic, and all he knew was how to physically abuse his sons. He had severe emotional trauma. I'm not saying this is everyone, okay? This is my generational trauma. Guess what? His dad served in the war. Guess what? His dad had extreme PTSD, extreme emotional trauma. Guess how he raised his son, right? A bully. Guess how my dad raised me? A bully. Physical trauma, okay? Then I had my sweet mother, okay? Sexual trauma when she was a little girl. Guess what her mom had? Sexual trauma when she was a little girl. Guess what her mom had? Sexual trauma when she was a little girl. So generationally, we had physical trauma and sexual trauma, and then there's me. Guess what I experienced? Physical trauma, sexual trauma. And I was carrying that until I learned these keys and I learned that I didn't have to carry it anymore, okay? Same with emotional trauma. When I was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, my parents fought like crazy. They were screaming. They were yelling. My mom left when I was 6. I was left with emotional trauma. Okay, let's go to the next key. Absorbed energy. Where are my empaths? Where are my queens and kings who take on everyone's energy as if it's their own, right? Where are my empaths? You go into a room and you can cut the energy with a knife. Someone toxic comes into your environment and you're like, ooh, that's a bad person. Yeah, so many. Look at you guys all. So you empaths, can I tell you something? That it's actually a superpower, but you are like a sponge when you go out to a public and you just suck everyone's energy on and you claim it as your own. And here's the problem with that, is if you continue to take people's energy, you're not healing them or saving them or helping them. And I'm going to show you guys tonight how this can happen sometimes. The only thing you're doing is wearing you down by taking other people's energy on. So now what do? If I feel a certain way, I ask, is this absorbed? And if it is, it's not my energy, I send it back to sender with love. So when you have the keys, you guys, when you have the keys, you can test instantly. Is this a trapped emotion that I'm feeling in my chest? No. Is this generational trauma? No. Is this absorbed energy? Oh, that means I don't have to carry it. My body's communicating with me through pain. So what we're taught to do is I have a chest pain, I'm going to go take some cold medicine, silence it. All my body was trying to say was, hey, Heather, thanks for the love, Daphne. Hey, Heather, there's something here that's not yours. Let's get rid of it. Oh, thank you, body. Oh, it's absorbed. Oh, it's not mine. Okay, send it back to sender with love. Do you guys see how quick that is? So the link to my free guides and my courses, if you click my picture and my picture, It will send you to my profile with all my videos. And then I have a Stan Store. Okay? We're going through the 7 keys, you guys. These keys are life-changing. How do I know? Because I spent the last decade learning about them, certifying. I spent over $15K. After I had all these certifications, I finally paid for one more course. I'm like, oh, I need this one more course. Guess what? It was exactly what I had learned, and I was pissed. Yes, so I do one-on-one sessions, and I do exactly what I teach. So you guys, we're going through the keys. I'm telling you why I'm so mad. I was so mad at God. Love God, but I was having it out with him. I was pissed. I was like, dang it. Like, people need to know that they have intuition, that they always had the answers. I didn't need these certifications to know what was wrong with me. I didn't need to have these certifications to be able to heal myself. And I was like, God, people don't have a decade of time. People don't have $15K plus to spend in certifications. They don't need these. And he said, Heather, you literally prayed since you were a little girl to help and be used as an instrument in my hands to bring healing and awakening. And guess what? That's what I'm telling you to do. I was like, holy cow, thank you, God. So I give you these keys for free. These keys that took me so long to discover. And let me tell you something. When you download my $27 guide and you read it, you're going to be pissed too. You're going to be so pissed off. You want to know why? Because you're going to realize how stupid, simple, and easy it is to get truth and to release your pain. Because it's that simple. And do you know what the problem is? Is that our society, the system, they know that if we can just teach them to silence their truth when they're little kids, to tell them to mask their pain, that pain is bad, we will keep them locked to our broken system. They will keep coming back, and we'll keep giving them medicine, we'll keep giving them bullshit lies, and we'll keep them stuck. So when you get my $27 guide and you learn the system that took me 10 years and $15K to certify in, and you tap into the 7 keys, and you will release your pain in minutes, you are going to be so mad. Okay? So we're going through the keys. Let's go to the next key. So all my empaths here, yes, messenger. So all my empaths here, guess what? We're not going to do anymore. We're not going to take on other people's energy. And if we accidentally do, it happens. We're now going to have the 7 keys and we're going to test, is it absorbed? And if it is, we're going to send it back to sender with love. Okay? So I'm essentially doing the same thing. I'm profiting off the information that you're holding. Jennifer, I'm just going to pin this for a second because I love this. So first of all, I give this information for free. I have a free guide. Okay? I'm telling you that I spent $15,000 and over 10 years learning a system. And so yes, I charge a mere $27 for you to learn this. I'm telling you that you don't have to spend 2 to 3 to 5 to 10K certifying in a modality that you don't need. That's bullshit. So yes, I spent a good year creating an ebook with over 80 pages, all the graphs, all the charts, creating a skill that I've mastered, and I do sell that for $27. And guess what? I have a course too where I teach spiritual mastery for $397. So I am not profiting off of lying and keeping people sick. I teach people how to fish. I teach people how to do that themselves. Okay? And if it's not for you and you don't resonate and you want to be a victim who says, I deserve everything for free, everything should be free, you guys, those are people I don't work with. Those are lower vibrational people who want to stay stuck in victim. We don't do that here. I only work with empowered people who know that they have to invest in themselves. And if $27 is a lot, get my free guide. Get my free guide. Okay? Yes, thanks, Tiffany. So, what's the difference between my free guide and my $27 guide? In my free guide, I do tell you the 7 keys, which again, it took me a decade to just learn the keys. So if you're watching this, you have the keys. That was half the battle. In my free guide, I teach you how to get your own yes or no. It takes your entire body, so it does take longer. In my advanced guide, I'm going to teach you in seconds. It is a system that I certified in called Innerwise in Germany. I would teach you in seconds how to get your yes or no. You'll have the money block guide. You'll have the physical guides. You'll know if it's a parasite, a heavy metal, a toxin, a nutrient deficiency, if it's a trapped emotion. You'll also be able to learn how to do this for other people. So it's a very, 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 very small investment compared to what I had to pay. Okay? Let's go to the next key, you guys. Spiritual key. The spiritual key. So, you guys, I'm Christian. I love God. I love Jesus. I love our Heavenly Mother. I love Mary Magdalene. I love Mary. I love Mary's mother, Anna. I love scripture. And I grew up reading the Bible, reading other scriptures. I read all the book of Enoch, the Jubilees. Okay, guess what? There is such a thing as demonic entities, as fiery darts of the adversary. If you're a true Christian, you will read the Bible, you will see that Jesus literally cast demons out of people and put them into swine. Jesus literally taught Peter, James, and John how to fast in order to cast some of these things out of their presence. Yes! So when I was 3 and 4 and 5, I saw demonic entities, terrifying shadow entities. I had sleep paralysis. I had night terrors. I was silenced. I was by these entities. So some people are going to come on here and say, oh, those things aren't real. It's just your imagination. Try telling my 3 and 4 and 5-year-old little self that. Okay? Try telling my older adult self that. Okay? But here's the truth, you guys. If you don't believe in those things and you believe they're like shadow energy or, the truth is that you have power over them. So if you test yes for the spiritual key, bye. You're not allowed in my presence. You're not allowed in my presence. So cool story. After I had certified as a Reiki master, that was one of my several certifications, I came home and there was a tall shadow hat man in my house, just chilling on my kitchen wall. Okay? I came into my house. I saw it. It saw me. It knew that I was looking right at it, and it ran out of my house so fast. I didn't even have the words to cast it out. It just ran out of my house. And so I want you to be a king and a queen in your energy. And so when those things show up, they're like, holy shiz, that's the queen. I will not be disrespected. Okay? I will not be mocked, and no one is allowed in my energy. And I rebuke them. So someone asked, are you a seer? I am a seer for myself. I am a healer for myself. I am a psychic and a medium for myself. I am an intuitive teacher for you. Yes, I can hold sacred space and tap into your energy, but I do not do that without permission. And there's too many people who are relying on psychics and mediums and healers and prophets and pastors to heal you. That is not the way. So no, I do not heal people on here. I hold sacred space. We use the keys. We tap into your truth. You know your truth. You release your pain in minutes. So you guys, we are talking about the spiritual keys, okay? You can literally be having physical pain from entities, fiery darts of the adversary, familiars, unclean spirits. What is the way? I'm going to show you the way. So I had severe migraines for years, you guys. For years. I was being attacked by legions of entities. I didn't know this until I asked a friend to help. She said, Heather, you're being spiritually attacked. I had migraines for years. From when I was 21 all the way until 36, I had no clue. I thought I was literally dying of a tumor. I went to a brain neuroscientist. The people around you have so much to do with it. So if you click on my picture, Peggy, and my picture again, then it'll send my profile with all my videos, and then I have a Stan Store. So you guys, I went to a specialist, okay? I went to a family doctor. He referred me to a specialist. Okay, they did all their scans. They did all the blood work, and they said, oh, guess what? You're totally fine. You're just having migraines. You're totally fine. So take this medication. It's called Imitrex. And what it does is it's actually going to slow your heart down. It's going to slow your heart down. It has like 30 other very serious side effects, but it's going to help with your migraines. Okay, do you guys see where I'm going? So I was on this medication for a long time. But something happened. I was at an event. I couldn't get to my medication. I couldn't get to my routine. I couldn't get to my ibuprofen 800, my Tylenol 500, my Coke, my ice pack, my small dark room. I was terrified. I'm like, if this goes full blown migraine, people in here know. Go crazy. I'm sorry. If you guys are asking questions and I don't see it, just ask the question again. Wow. So if you guys are having migraines, you guys use my keys test. So I reached out to a friend. I couldn't get to my medication. She tapped in. She said, you were being attacked by legions of entities. The second she said that, like that, the little energy that goes up your spine, ooh, the tingles, I knew it was truth. I went to the bathroom. I tried to cast him out. My mouth was bound shut. So I did it in my mind. I called on God. I called on Jesus. I cleared him out. I didn't get a full-blown migraine. I've never had a full-blown migraine since. Because sometimes, you guys, it is physical. And now when I test, when I'm getting a migraine, it's usually a nutrient deficiency. It's usually magnesium. So you guys have the 7 keys you can test. If it's spiritual, now you know. You can know in seconds, you guys. Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it generational? Is it absorbed? Is it spiritual? What does the call consist of? My one-on-one is what do you need? So we'll tap into what the problem is. We'll use the keys. We'll get to the root cause. And then you'll clear in seconds. We're going to do that today, though, in like 15 minutes. Michelle, lupus. Yeah, so if someone had lupus or autoimmune or Crohn's or diabetes, I would test first for parasite and test for liver fluke. It's not always the case, but I would test. You can test. The call is $150 for a one-on-one. Okay, but I have a free guide that teaches you these keys. Takes a little bit longer to get your yes and no because the system uses your whole body. If you want a yes and no in seconds, it's my $27 guide. Okay, so guess what? Who in here? Yes, POTS. Anything is key number 1. POTS, sickness, the C word, money blocks, bad relationships, bad partners, headaches. That's just becoming aware and listening. Now you're going to ask your body, tell me the truth and how I can release this. And then you're going to use the keys, okay? So how many of you guys here have had ringing of the ears? Feeling like you've been swimming underwater? Tired as all get out, massive fatigue. So who's been dealing with these symptoms? Yeah. Ear ringing like crazy, you guys. My ears on and off both sides. So there is an upside to the spiritual key. Look at all these people. There is an upside to the spiritual key. Do you know that we are being pummeled by energy from the sun? It's called the Schumann resonance. Everyone's feeling it. We have been having massive northern lights everywhere. You can see them across the world. Okay, we are being pushed to ascension. We are all at a higher vibrational frequency. They've proven this. But our bodies are taking longer to catch up. It's called integration. So you might be experiencing integration ascension symptoms. How do you know? You can test. You can test. Are the ringing in my ears ascension? I've been getting a yes. Is my fatigue ascension, integration? Yes. So now you have the key. You could tap into that. If it's ascension symptoms, how can you help your body integrate? By drinking clean water, by grounding, by getting in the sunshine, okay? All right. We're going to go to the last key. And after this key, we're going to do one-on-ones. What do the one-on-ones look like? You got to be a 10-10 pain. You got to be following me. And you got to share this with at least one person with a message. Shoulder joint pain since years. Yeah. Guess what? Your shoulder and joint pain it's from one of the keys. It's either physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, absorbed, and there's one more. What type of training did I do? I got certified in over 10 holistic modalities. I spent over 15K. So NLP, hypnosis, quantum healing, hypnosis therapy, emotion code, MAP, theta healing, Reiki master, breakthrough. Did I say inner wise? There's a lot. And I was so mad because I realized you do not need certifications. You do not need thousands of dollars in certifications to learn these things. Oh, so witchcraft? You're on the wrong channel, honey. It's not witchcraft. unless you think your own intuition is witchcraft. Yeah, I've done it all. I've done it all. It's getting in touch with the divine, absolutely. Knowing your intuition, trusting that you have a divine gift called discernment. I teach you how to reconnect with that gift. I'm on here telling you the truth because I was so pissed off that you are being lied to and stuck in the matrix, but a lot of people will continue to stay stuck in the matrix because they don't know how to live outside of their trauma. They want to stay a victim because being a victim is easier than taking accountability. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Okay? Do you recommend a particular curriculum or school? So I have a spiritual mastery school. It's $397. Okay? If you feel called, then join my course. I have a $36 a month payment plan if it's too much for you. But if you feel called to do a specific modality and spend thousands of dollars in a certification, by all means, right? I see a lot of victim mentality and it's painful to watch. It is painful to watch, but we have to understand people are on their own spiritual and healing journeys. So I teach that in my spiritual mastery course. People get so frustrated because you will know what's wrong with someone. You'll have these keys and you'll be able to see spiritually what's wrong. But just because you see does not mean you can pluck people out of their trauma and their pain. Because that would mean you're taking people out of their hashtag training. They are removing certifications, so certifications don't mean anything. It's true, you guys. Yes, I dealt with demons. I saw them when I was a little girl and in my 30s. So every key I teach because I lived through it. Okay, so let's go through the last, we're going to go through the key number 7, and then we're going to do these one-on-ones. So, key number 1 is your body literally speaks to you through pain. We have been told to silence our pain. When we silence our pain, we're literally silencing our truth. We're silencing our messenger, our divine connection to source that's trying to tell us, hey, there's something wrong here. Thank you, Kim. So that's key number 1. If you're watching this, stop silencing your pain. It is your truth. It is your gateway through the pain. You can't keep pushing it. Key number 2 is it could be physical. Yes, I'm not saying that it's all spiritual, but it's either going to be a heavy metal, a toxin, a parasite, or nutrient deficiency. Which one? We're not playing a needle in a haystack. In my advanced intuitive testing guide, I have all the charts. I teach you how to get a yes or no in seconds. So when you're testing which nutrient deficiency, and let's say it says sulfur, so you're like, oh, my body needs sulfur. We're going to test which product we need to get. And then we're going to say, if this is not 90 to 100% effective for what I'm trying to use it for, it is trash. We're not going to buy it. If I get yes to a parasite, which parasite? And then I'm going to ask which supplement I should take to kill this parasite. If it is not a 90 to 100% effective at removing that parasite, we're not going to touch it. Okay? You can share your story and you don't have to worry about protecting other people's triggers. Okay? So many people are worried about sharing their truth because it will affect their abusers. Well, if I share the story about my brother traumatizing me, you know, it's going to hurt him. Who's protecting your emotions and your traumas? Okay? Key number 3, it could be emotional. So if you've had physical trauma, sexual trauma, emotional trauma, spiritual trauma, religious trauma, we all have. We've all experienced those traumas, you guys. How do I know that? Because we've come to this earth to experience traumas and trials. It's hashtag training. Hashtag training. You cannot take people out of their training or their life lessons. But the problem is that you were a child when those things happened. So your body protected you from them and then started to bring them up as you were an adult so that you can have the mental capacity to recognize the traumas that you went through were not okay and to reclaim your power. But they're trying to come up, and what do? You're pushing them down. Okay? Oh, you're totally fine. I'm just letting people know that you're totally free to share here. And if you want to share with like trigger, okay, people can choose not to read. Next key, generational trauma. You can have things passed down through mom and through dad generations back that you're carrying. It could be a fear. It could be a phobia. It could be a money block. It could be a sickness. It could be a disease. They've proven this through epigenetics. The $27 guide. So no, in my spiritual mastery course, we go super deep. So you're going to know your purpose. We're going to activate your spiritual antenna in a safe way so you don't go into psychosis or, lose control. You're going to be certified in the truth code. So yes, you will learn this system, but you're going to learn it even deeper and even quicker. We use frequency codes. We use healing. So this is deep. This is like you're going all in for my spiritual mastery course. So if you want to join the course, you guys, you just click my picture here, my picture again. It'll bring up my profile with all my videos. And then you just click on the Stan Store link. So Janine, I'm going to pin your comment so everyone can read this. So Janine, Jesus can heal anything and anyone. Buy a Bible. That's all you need. Lord, help this woman. Go ahead. Go buy a Bible. And yes, Jesus said that you can do these things and even greater. And I'm teaching people for free how to use these 7 keys and how to release their trauma for free. How to release their emotional trauma, generational trauma, spiritual trauma. Because Janine, 777, do you know people are still going to doctors and wasting thousands of dollars and have been dealing with chronic pain for years? And I don't know about you, but I'm going to speak truth because I'm going to tell people the truth that they can heal themselves, that they do have a gift from God and Jesus. It's called their intuition. But nobody's teaching this for free. At least they sure of hell didn't teach me. I spent 10 years and $15,000 certifying to learn this information. So yeah, you go get your Bible, love, and you teach your truth however you see fit. Okay? So if you want to spend a little bit of money, $27, it's not going to break the bank. And I teach you how to do these things. And I teach you how to do this to help other people. Because I'm not here to be a savior or a healer or your psychic or your medium. I can do all those things. I'm here to teach you how to fish. I'm here to teach you how to do it yourself. Because that's how God intended it to be, you guys. But no, everybody wants a psychic, a medium, a healer. Everybody wants the easy way out. Because it's easier to stay stuck as a victim and blame everybody. Okay. Or come on other people's lives and project their insecurities. Okay. Why do I wake up at 3:03 almost every night? You can know. You can use the keys. Is it spiritual? Probably. Okay. So let's go with the last key finally. Okay. We talked about generational. We talked about absorbed energy. We talked about spiritual, the good side, the bad side. Last key. I'm tired of commenters and assumptions. Yeah. And I am too. And it's just people projecting their own insecurities and fear, right? We have a lot of Karens in this world, and I just pray for them. Yay, Ekbalo. Okay. So, 7th key, you guys. I had a really hard time with this. So, I did mention that I grew up Christian, okay? Love God, love Jesus. I grew up very, 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 very religious. And we believe, or I believed, that we live one lifetime. And if you do not get it right in this lifetime, you go to hell for all eternity. But the goal was to make it to the celestial kingdom. I was not going to make it, you guys. I was the black sheep. I was the prodigal daughter. I had to learn everything the hard way. So anyways, long story short, I had this chest pain for years. Chest pain, not years, sorry, for weeks. I had this chest pain for weeks. I felt like my ribs were literally crushing in on themselves. I didn't have pneumonia. I didn't have a cough. I didn't have a fever. I just literally felt like I thought it was a demon sitting on my chest. So I had my keys and I kept asking God, like, my soul, my higher self, my intuition, what is this? I cannot breathe. Okay? Nothing was helping. So what did I do? I held sacred space. Key number 1, I listened to my body. Please tell me what's going on, body. This hurts. And my body said, it's not from this lifetime. And I was like, what do you mean it's not from this lifetime? The $27 will help with removing fibroids if it's spiritual. I believe everything's spiritual. So the $27 guide will teach you the keys so that you can tap in and ask what is causing these fibroids. If it is physical, you'll know. Okay? So thank you for the question. Going back to my chest pain, you guys, my body told me it's not from this lifetime. And I was like, what does that even mean? And I'm a little hard-headed, so I waited. A couple days later, asked again, what is this? It's not from this lifetime. Gosh, dang it. Okay. So what do we do best? We go on YouTube, right? We search past life, regression. And I did a past life meditation. And in that meditation, I saw myself as a redheaded princess sitting in a castle. I had all this power, all this wealth. And yes, I was bawling my eyes out because I had no power. I had no voice. In fact, I was seen as less than the dog. All I was worthy of was bringing male heirs into this realm. That was it. So I was silenced. And you'll recognize that lifetimes lead you up to this lifetime. So I kind of had this, I could resonate. I understood what that meant to be a female with spiritual gifts and a spiritual awakening, but being silenced because of religion. So I came out of this meditation. I reached out to a friend because I didn't know what to do with this information. Now I think maybe these things are real. So I reached out to her. She did a session. I didn't say anything to her. And she was from my same religion, so I felt safe. She was working on me, and finally after a few minutes I said, "Hey, do you believe in past lives? Because I think that's what this is." And she's like, "Yeah, I do." And she's like, "In fact, I see a redheaded little girl running through the fields." And I was like, what? And you guys, you know when they say like when the Holy Spirit hits you, like there's such divine power that you know it's true. It's like my soul was like, whoa, truth. And within seconds, you guys, my chest pain was gone. So that is how I experienced something past life that was causing me literal pain. And now I've since had multiple experiences and worked with hundreds of people who've had past life things that are blocking them physically, causing them pain, causing them money blocks, causing them to feel stuck in this life. So that is the 7 keys. How freaking cool is that? So now you have the 7 keys. You have the free guide. You now have the tools on how to test yes or no to get your own answers, not from me, not from your teacher, not from your parents, not from your pastor, not from your preacher, not from your prophet, not from your bishop, from you. You have a divine connection straight to God. And every time you asked, God, help me, God, please help me with my pain, my healing, your body's literally said, I'm here, I'm trying to help you, but you keep silencing your truth. Hey, you're welcome, abundant woman. Make sure you're following me because I come on live every day. Sorry if you were asking questions. Okay, so now I need people here. We're going to prove to people that these things work. I do this every day. I've helped hundreds of women. So I need you to say, I'm a 10-10 pain. I give you permission. So I'm a 10-10 pain. I give you permission. We're going to be doing one-on-ones. And we're going to use these keys in real time. So if you feel called for me to tap into you, you're welcome, Miss Tiffany. So if you want me to tap into you now, okay, so do 10-10. I need to know your pain level. Okay, so Charity did it perfect. So Charity, we're going to start with Charity Heart. And you have to give me permission, you guys. If you don't give me permission, I won't be able to tap in. Okay, you have to say 10-10. You have to give me permission to tap in. We're going to use these keys. I'm going to show you exactly how I would use these keys to unlock truth. When you unlock truth, you unlock your pain. Lisa Guevara, Guevara. So divinely guided. If you give me permission, I just added you to the list. Christina, I just need permission. Tiffany, you guys have to say 10-10 with permission. I give you permission, okay? So Tiffany, I got you. You guys, if you're messaging me and I see like, help me with this, help me with that, you guys get my free guide. Get my $27 guide so you can help the people you're saying that are in pain. You could do it the right way. Okay? Okay. I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to start with these 7. Okay. You guys, I'm going to do this live. And I'm going to teach you how to release. So a lot of people are like, how do you get your answer? Yes or no? I teach you in my free guide. In my advanced intuitive tested guide, I teach you how I do it in seconds. So you're going to see in the next 40 minutes, we're going to be able to get all these ladies pretty close to a 0. And you could do this too. Okay? So we're going to start with Charity Hart. So we're going to start with Miss Charity Hart. Thank you, Miss Tiffany. And it's all mine. Charity Hart, do you hear? So when you're here, I'm going to pin you to the top. So what we are going to do is we're going to hold sacred space for Charity. Okay, I'm going to use the 7 keys. I'm going to tap in. We're going to ask, first of all, thank you, body, for speaking pain. Thank you, body, for speaking pain. Pain is the secret language of the body. We're going to ask, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, or absorbed? In no particular order. When we get a yes, we're going to clear. So Charity Hart, are you still here? Lisa Guevara. Charity, okay, here you are. Okay, so we're starting with you, Charity. So I'm going to pin you to the top. Okay, make sure you guys are following me. You shared this video with at least one person with a message. We're not just spam sharing. We're saying, hey, I think you could use this information. So Charity, we're going to work with you. So we're going to test. It's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational. So Charity, it's generational. You're like, how did you figure that out in seconds? It's in my $27 guide. It's from mom's side. It's from dad's side. It's from mom. Do we need to know more? Yes. It's how many generations back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 generations back. We need to know more? Yes. Do we need to know the emotion? Yes. Okay. You cannot clear until your body says, no, you do not need to know more. So in my advanced guide, I have all the emotions. We're not playing a guessing game, you guys. We want to clear this in seconds. So we're going to ask, is this page, this page? $64. So the emotion was lost, feeling lost. 5 generations back from the mom side. Okay? She can release this now. So this is universal moving of pain, releasing pain. So Charity, you're going to hold sacred space. You're going to breathe unconditional love into that pain. And you're going to breathe the pain out of your body. You're going to see it leaving your body. Thank you, Cindy K. We're all going to send Charity unconditional love to help move this energy quicker, right? What is the #1 commandment? Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Charity is the pure love of Christ. Unconditional love. Love, love, love. So we're going to do that for ourselves. We're going to have unconditional love for our pain, and then we're going to release it through breath. I never have to teach someone how to breathe, and I never need to teach someone unconditional love. Okay? What happens when we get sick and we're carrying pain? We stop breathing. When you stop breathing, your brain releases a chemical called cortisol. Cortisol causes you bloating, to cause belly fat and more stress. Okay? So we're breathing. This is going to get her to a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5. This is going to get her 10-10 pain to a 5. How do I know? Because I asked. I tested. You can do this too, you guys. You can do this too. I teach you in my $27 guide. So, Charity, you're going to let us know in numbers when your pain starts to go down. So you're going to say, I'm at a 5, I'm at a 4, I'm at a 3, I'm at a 2. So we were told that this is only going to get her to a 5, which means what? It means that there is another key attached to the pain. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to ask, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed? Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life. Hold on one second. Lily, will you close my door? Lily. Oh my gosh, my kids. Lily, close my door, please. Thank you. Can you close my door? You're like causing him to scream.
Because he keeps breathing.
Okay. So if you do not resonate with a key, you guys, it just means you're not ready or you need to change the resonance, right? I had a hard time with past life, but I was shown why and I was able to release it. So we need to know more. Yes. Persecutions cross. Yes. So if you guys watched my lives before, I always ask, is it the persecutions cross? Because a lot of us are here on this lifetime because we have been silenced, whether that's being burned, hung, drowned through for speaking our truth. If you guys can hear my kids screaming, I'm sorry. So, charity. This means that you are a very spiritually in tune person and that you have massive spiritual gifts that need to be awakened and shared now. Okay? This means that you are literally supposed to step into your spiritual gifts and be seen as a spiritual healer, a truth speaker. Okay? Now, everybody has this. If you don't have a persecutions cross, it just means that you've already cleared that, if that's what you feel called to do. This is going to get her to a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0. Thanks, Miss Tiffany. Are you using muscle testing or claircognizance? So, Living Love Center, thank you for asking that question. So, I'm using what's called intuitive testing. I learned it in Germany through Innerwise. I'm one of the special broken people who cannot muscle test. I've tried. It's way too hard. So in my free guide, I do teach you a way to do use your whole body to get a yes or no. It takes longer. But the system I learned, you will be so mad when you realize how stupid simple it is to heal yourself with these 7 keys and the way I test. Making me have tears. Oh, Carol. So you guys, Charity was carrying generational trauma 5 generations back from her mom's side, and she had a past life persecution cross that she is clearing. If she were to go to the doctors, do you think for a second they're going to ask her these questions? So Charity is just breathing unconditional love into her pain, and she's using her breath to release the pain from her body. So Charity, how are we doing? Miss Tiffany, I love that. So you guys can claim this healing in these lives. You can do this all in yourself. I feel all of this. I'm bawling and she's at a 4. Okay, Charity. Charity went from a 10-10 to a 4. Gracie, I feel at peace. I love that. So you guys, Charity went from a 10-10 to a 4 pain in literal minutes. Why do they not teach us this? Because if they teach people this, they will be free from the matrix. You cannot profit off of a healed generation of people. You can only profit by keeping people silenced and sick and locked in their pain. So yeah, when you get my $27 guide, you're going to be freaking pissed because you're going to learn how easy this is. I spent 10 years and over $15,000 in certifications, so I'm over certified to learn this one simple thing. Number 1, your body literally speaks to you through pain. Your body literally has intuition. It tells you yes and no. So when you can tap into that and you can say, what's wrong, body? Thank you for telling me. What key? Thank you for telling me. I'm ready to release. Yes, the pain is gone. It's that freaking simple. It is so simple. Do you think Jesus taught parables and all these things to confuse people? He made it so simple that even little children could do this. Learn this, get the guide so you could teach your children how to do this. All my children do this. What if you don't have pain but have balance issues and essential tremors? That is the pain. That is becoming aware that something's not right. So if you have money blocks, you have bad relationship patterns, anything that you're dealing with that's not in alignment with your purpose, that's key number 1, becoming aware. And then you use the keys to tap into where is the root block. Does that make sense? So Tracy, that should answer your question too. So right now we took Charity from a 10-10 to a 4 in minutes. She's going to get to a 0 on this live. Did I heal Charity? No. Girls like money. Everybody likes money. Money's spiritual though, you guys, for reals. Money is spiritual. What do I mean by money is spiritual? So for years, I thought that I was unworthy and unvaluable because of the amount of money in my bank account, which is the biggest freaking lie. And we know that because you see the most wealthiest people and they're like the most toxic, sick, perverted people. So people with money does not mean people of integrity and value, okay? Money is just pure energy. And when you can tap into that and remove your blocks, which could be generational. Laura, you twist God's words. It is not hidden. Did I ever say it was hidden? I love pinning these people, you guys. Laura, please tell me exactly what I said where you twist God's word. It is not hidden. It is in the Bible. Don't twist the true word. Have one life. You haven't read the missing Bibles. Do you know that King James took out hundreds of Bibles from the Bible? Do you know he took out women from the Bible? Do you know that the Gospel of Mary was taken out of the Bible? Do you know that Isaiah's gospel was taken out of the Bible? Do you know that Isaiah literally spoke of ascension? Do you know that he was literally sawed in half because he taught people that in order to ascend above all things, you have to descend below all things, which means that he has lived an exalted life, lifetimes to get to exaltation, and he chose, just like Jesus Christ, to descend below all things to bring us all up. We are eternal beings that are constantly evolving and ascending. Do you really think that the God of all the universe and all the creations of worlds lived one lifetime? Do you really think that you can progress without a body? That's all I have to say. Okay? Do your freaking research. Do not come on my TikTok and tell me when I've done the work. So if you try to Bible stump me, I'm going to pull Bible against you, because King James was a corrupt, wicked man who wanted to silence women, who wanted to silence women's priesthood powers and gifts. We are equal to men as far as our healing and our spiritual gifts and capabilities. Read the Gospel of Mary. She had to leave so quickly and flee to France because they knew that she would bring an uprising because she spoke truth. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there's so many alterations in the Bible, but the truth is the Bible is still very powerful. Very powerful. And I love Jesus, I love God. But I do not love people who try to silence people's truth, because this is exactly what I'm teaching. I'm teaching truth, and I give it away for free. I literally teach you for free. Charity, how you doing, love? How we doing? Yeah. And don't even get me started on Peter, you guys. So Charity, Lisa Guava, you're next. I have had laying on of hands for the problem to go in Jesus' name, and it's not going away. Okay, so the problem is with this. Charity's at a 3 or 4. Yay, Charity. So just keep breathing, Charity. Just keep breathing into that persecution's cross. So you cannot bypass your truth, okay? So if you have not learned why you're stuck or where it's at, like God or Jesus are not going to pluck you out of that, right? So you have to understand where that block is coming from or where that trauma needs to be healed so that you can move forward. So what I would do is, if you're having those pains, I would thank you, God, for showing me the pain. Thank you, messenger. And then I would test, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed? And then I would ask, right? God said, ask and you shall receive. I'm going to ask. Please show me. And then as soon as you get to the root cause and your body says, no, you don't need to know more, it will clear. Okay? Does that make sense? So Lisa Guava. Lisa Guavera. Divinely guided. Do we have Lisa or divinely guided? Thanks, Cece. Thank you guys. I see all your messages and sometimes it just goes so fast. It's called trust in the spirit. Yes, it is. Trust in your intuition, your divine connection to God. Jesus literally said, the kingdom of God is within you. There is no other way. There's no other way. So why are we seeking external things for what's in here? How do I get your book? Okay, so my free guide, if you click my picture and then my picture, it'll send you my profile, and then I have a stand store. Okay, so Lisa Guava, Divinely Guided, Tiffany, Nina. Okay, Divinely Guided, you're up. Okay. And then Charity, you let us know when you get to a 0 and you just like 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, mass 0 so that we can see you, okay? What is meant for you will not pass by you if you do the work. Sorry, Butterfly, you have to re-clarify. Okay. Thank you. All right, so divinely guided. We're going to work on divinely guided. We're just going to hold sacred space. We're going to test the keys. Yes, so Dawn, I have a free guide. I have my $27 advanced intuitive testing guide. Will teach you how I'm exactly doing this and how to do this for other people. Okay? So, oh, Lisa, I see you. Okay, Lisa, will do you after divinely guided. Okay? So I'm going to show you how I would do this. So if I had pain, anything, a money block, a relationship problem, we're going to start by thanking the body. Key number 1, thank you for speaking truth. We're going to ask, is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life? Divinely guided, past life. Okay. This is going to get her to a 10, a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5. So this is going to get her to a 5 pain. How do I know? Because I tested. You got to be quiet, okay, buddy? Do we need to know more? Yes. Persecutions cross? Yes. Okay. So we've already talked about the persecutions cross. So that means that you've been silenced in other lives for speaking truth. Okay. And that means that you're now ready to release that and step fully into your spiritual gifts to be seen, to be heard. You will not be silenced in this lifetime. So you're going to breathe in unconditional love. Yeah, my little baby. You're going to bring an unconditional love into the pain, and with each breath out, you're going to release. You guys can do this too. Okay? Can this work heal generational shame wounds? Yes, that's one of the keys, generational trauma. So I tested. Divinely guided gave me permission to test. So I tested. It's a past life, persecutions cross. I was told this will get her to a 5 pain. Hey, Vince. Where's Daddy at?
He's in the bath.
Okay, shh. He can sit here. It's fine. Okay. So I was told that this will get her to a 5, which means what? Hey, Vince.
What?
You got to be quiet, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Could I play with this?
Yeah, you could play with it. So if it's a 5 pain, that means there's another key attached to the pain. Yeah. So we're going to ask, it's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life absorbed. So you absorbed something that was not yours. And we need to know more? No. So if we don't need to know more, it means your body's ready to release it. So divinely guided, you're just going to breathe unconditional love into that pain. And with each breath, you're going to send that back to sender. I send this back to sender with love. Okay? I tell people, when you have absorbed energy and you send it back with love, sometimes people will test it's their sister or their brother or mom and dad, and they're afraid to send it back. You are not taking their pain on. You're not lightening their burden. You're literally just mirroring and taking it on as if you're your own and owning it, but it's not helping anyone. It's just hurting you. Does that make sense? So divinely guided, this will get her to a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0 tonight. Yes. So that will get you to a 0. So you guys, I'm proving to you that you can have a 10-10 pain and your pain is not spiritual. I mean, physical. It could be, but most of the time it's spiritual. Okay. It started with a trapped emotion when you were a little kid. It started with generational trauma right out of the womb. It started when you picked up some demonic entity or unclean spirit or fiery dart of the adversary. Okay. It started when you absorbed brother, sister, mom, dad's trauma. Does this make sense, you guys? Hey, Krista. So you guys get my free guide so I could teach you these keys so you could do it yourself. If you want to learn how to do this with your kids, if you're a mom and you have kids, you can do this. If you have a sick parent or relative, send them this information. So divinely guided, that was a big one. How you doing? And charity, how you doing? Next on the list, we were doing Lisa. So if you click my picture and my picture again, it will send you to my profile with all my videos, and I have a stand store. Okay, so divinely guided is at a 4. You guys, literally, she was at a 10-10 and got to a 4 in minutes. In freaking minutes. This, Amy, yes, this will work on everyone. How do I know? Because you are going back to the purest principles of truth, and that is, number 1, you have discernment. You have literal intuition, a gift from God that will never lie, always tell the truth, and it is your yes and no. Hey, from Chicago. Now you have the 7 keys, so you can start that conversation with your intuition. Where is this from? Which key will unlock my truth? When you unlock your truth, you stop silencing your pain, the pain will go away. Bahamas, Dr. Miles Monroe. Do you know Dr. Miles Monroe? Blessed and highly favored. If you guys want my free guide, yay, life's journey. I love that. Click on my picture here. It will bring up my picture again. Click on my picture and then it'll show my profile with all of my videos. And then I have a stand store. There you can get my free guide. But if you have the money, get the $27 guide because I teach you how I just did this with charity and divinely guided in seconds. I give you all the charts. So if it is physical, I give you how to do this with your family members, with your kids, safely and effectively. Yes, I knew him. Oh my gosh. If there was one man that I wish I could like sit with and speak to, it's him. He's incredible. Dr. Miles Monroe. A preacher from the Bahamas, and that man spoke pure truth. Yay, Sylvia got the free guide. I'm still at a 3, but have several different areas of pain. Perfect. So charity is at a 3, you guys. There's more clearing. Nope. So this is just integration. So you said you have pain in multiple areas. When you breathe that unconditional love and breathe into all of those areas, the love, and just see it coming out of your body. Trust if you need to cry. Trust if you need to walk around, if you need to scream, just move that energy out and just integration, right? You went from a 10-10 to a freaking 3. That is incredible, Charity. It doesn't have to be just physical pain. It could be mental, it could be emotional, right? You're just becoming aware so that now you can speak to your body, you could speak truth and figure out how to get to the root. Okay? Yay! Okay. Divinely guided, where are you at? How are you doing? Hey, Winter Jane, don't worry. You save up. It'll still be there. Save up. It's divinely guided. Where are we at? Yay, Krista. Hey, Vanilla Baby. So I teach people the 7 keys to unlock truth. When you have these 7 keys and know how to speak to your intuition, you will unlock all your pain, all of your healing in seconds, in minutes, around 3. Okay, divinely guided is at a 3. Okay, you guys, divinely guided went from a 10 to a 3. So if you can, on this live, if you're watching, can you just send in your mind's eye unconditional love to Charity and divinely guided? It'll just help in the process. As they're releasing, we are going to work on Lisa Guava. I don't just help women, I help men too. This is universal. Okay. So Lisa, are you here? Yeah, if you have pain, anxiety, depression, diseases, disorders, sickness, chronic pain, chronic inflammation, this works in minutes. Yes, everything. Okay, Lisa. So Lisa, you guys, we're going to work on Lisa. I'm going to show you exactly how to do this, especially if you just joined. Oops. I'm going to pin her to the top. Divinely guided and Charity. When you guys get to a 0, just put massive zeros, but no rush. Your body's integrating exactly how it needs. You were carrying a 10 pain and you got to a 3 and a 4. Like, that's insane. So Lisa gave me permission. Yes. If you guys want to do this proxy for other people, I teach you in my $27 guide. We're going to use the keys to unlock her truth, which will unlock her healing and her pain. Does this make sense? We're going to ask it's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life. Lisa, past life. There's been a lot of these on my lives, you guys. Persecutions cross. Yes. What is the persecutions cross? It means that in multiple lifetimes you've been silenced for speaking truth. In this lifetime, you will no longer be silenced. This is your time for reclamation, for proclamation. For those of you who've had the persecutions cross, I highly recommend the book Sophia Coates. It's incredible. This is going to get you to a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4. So for those of you who are new here, how do you release these emotions and these traumas from your body? I gotta fix my top. Unconditional love. This is the fastest way. In all my certifications, the fastest way I've seen when I'm working with other people is when I hold sacred space and they breathe unconditional love into that pain. And then as they breathe out, they literally see the pain releasing from the body. So Lisa, we're going to do this. This is going to get you to a 4. How do I know? Because I asked. The body will tell us what it needs. So because it's going to get to a 4, it means what? It means that there is another key that's causing her pain. So we're going to ask, is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Is it generational? Is it past life? Is it absorbed? And I got generational. You can have things passed down through your mom and your dad generationally. Sicknesses, diseases, fear, phobias. This was from mom. This was from dad's side. Okay. We need to know more. No, if we don't need to know more, we can clear it. If we do, we have to figure out what. You cannot bypass your truth. I had someone the other day say, I'm breathing unconditional love into my pain and it's not going away. Well, do you know what the block was? Do you know what it was? Because if you don't, you're not listening to your body. You're trying to bypass. This is called spiritual bypassing. A lot of people are trying to do this with happy thoughts and manifestation, and you cannot bypass the work. Okay? This will get you through the work quickest. Okay. This will get her to a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0. On this live, yes. Okay, so for you guys who are looking for the information, I do have a free guide. Click on my picture. My picture, it'll send you to my profile. I have a Stan store. But if you want to learn how I'm doing this and getting yes and no in seconds with all the guides, all the charts, and how to do this for other people, it's my $27 guide, okay? So right now, we just got Lisa. How you doing, Lisa? We just Divinely Guided is at a 0. Thank you. Yay. I wish I knew where that clap button was. You guys, Divinely, okay, I'm going to pin her comment. Divinely Guided is at a freaking 0. She was at a 10-10 pain, and she is at a 0 in minutes. Did I heal her? No. We asked which key, her body told us. She breathed unconditional love into the pain and she released it. She's at a 0. This works every freaking time. Incredible. Thank you so much, Divinely Guided, for letting us hold space so that you can give permission for other people to do this for themselves, because that's exactly what this does. So if you were a 10-10 pain and nothing's been working because you are dealing with something spiritual. And what is it? What am I dealing with? What are the blocks? I give you the 7 keys for free. I give you how to test yes and no for free. I teach you how to release for free. Because it is the truth. It is when you get my $27 guide and you invest a little bit in money so you can learn how to do it quicker, right? I got my yes and no for Lisa in seconds. You're going to be so pissed off because you're going to be so mad that you've been lied to for your entire life. We have people who are 30, 40, 50, 60 years old, and for the first time they're learning this information and they're seeing how quickly their pain releases from their body because they've been lied to and they've been gaslit and silenced. You're amazing, Divinely Guided. I'm so glad that we were able to hold space. Do you do like therapy sessions or like consultations? I do one-on-ones. And you'll find them in my stand store. So Divinely Guided, yes. I had migraines, I've been stressed financially, I've been abused and silenced all my life. Do you guys know that your traumas and your trials literally equal your training? And the people with the most trauma and trials usually have those because they now have a greater capacity for empathy and love. Because they recognize the deepest kind of love, the soul level love, because they experienced what the darkest type of destruction and trauma feels like. I'm a little doubtful, but if Jesus gave his people the power to heal, why can't others? Exactly, Mark. Exactly. Divinely Guided. I spoke out 3 years ago and I still been carrying guilt because it was family. Yes. Do you know I work with so many women who've been sexually abused through family members, and they still get together with family members and all the other family members act like it's like totally normal, and we should just forgive, which is true. We should forgive our abusers, but that doesn't mean that we silence our truth. That does not mean that you have to silence your truth to protect your abuser's feelings. Mark said something very powerful. It's hard to believe, but if Jesus showed us the literal way, you guys, Jesus said, he literally said, you can do exactly what I do and even greater things you can do. Yeah. What can you do? You can literally heal yourself from trauma and from pain. How? Because you're dealing with spiritual warfare. You're dealing with trapped emotions. You're dealing with generational trauma. You're dealing with spiritual warfare. You're dealing with past lives. Don't take my word for it. Get my free guide, test, get your yes or no, and ask. Yes, as well as expel evil spirits. It blew my mind when we were literally sitting in church, reading the Bible, reading verses from them casting out demonic entities. They didn't say these are dark shadow of your feelings. You guys, I was 3 and 4 years old when I saw demonic entities. that would hurt me physically. I was not a wicked, worshiping, Satan worshiping child. I didn't have dark energy. I was pure and innocent. I was good. Okay? Don't take my word for it. Learn these for yourself. Learn these keys for yourself. Teach your children how to have discernment over their own bodies. Lisa, how are we doing? Charity, how are you doing? Angel, yes. Do you feel the answer in your own body while you were asking the question? Yes. So you will get to a point where you will have discernment before your body even shows you a yes or no. So yes. Mark, may I ask, how do you do this? Do you feel the answers you were asking? Yeah. So in my free guide, I teach you a way where you could ask yes or no for your whole body. It does take longer. And then my advanced guide, I teach you a system I learned through Interwise called Advanced Intuitive Testing. And this is how to get a yes or no in seconds. And that's in my $27 guide. Did Lisa comment and Charity? Did we hear from Lisa and Charity? Sorry, guys. We're just waiting to see. Is Lisa and Charity here? Sometimes they accidentally get kicked off. So, Divinely Guided got to a 0. I'm off to get the full guide. Oh, yay, Divinely. Still at a 2. Okay, Charity. Amazing. Charity went from a 10 to a 2. We do not rush the process of integration, so just keep trusting and breathing in unconditional love, releasing the pain. Don't stop believing. I'm so grateful. I can't believe I still have relief. Yeah. Yay! We worked on you yesterday. So don't stop believing, you guys. We worked on her the other day. These keys are powerful. Okay, so I think Lisa, oh, Lisa, there you are, babe, doing better. Can you let us know in numbers, though, what your pain is at? So you were at a 10. Charity, I am. I can't believe I'm at a 2. Yeah. So, Lisa, where are you at in pain? 10 being a 3. You guys, Lisa is at a 3. So she was at a 10. 10. She had a past life persecution cross, and she had something generationally inherited from her dad. She's sitting at a 3 in minutes. In minutes. I've never met these women. All I did is hold sacred space. I used the keys. You could do these too. I teach you in my $27 guide how you can do this too. For those of you who have past life and persecutions crosses and you're ready to step fully into your gifts, when you're ready, step into my spiritual mastery course. It's $397, but I have payment options of $35 a month. So how does this work? First, you learn the 7 keys. First, you stop silencing your pain. Your pain is literal truth. When you silence your pain, you're literally silencing your truth. Tiffany, are you still on here? The course is live. You can jump into the course anytime. We officially launched this week, but you can jump into the course anytime. You have lifetime access to the modules. And in January, we're doing a money ritual. So if you've had money blocks, we're clearing all the money stuff. Starting in January, you'll be able to be a part of that. It's a 30-day money ritual. Is Tiffany still here? Nina Fedora. Tiffany. Nina Fedora. Yeah, Winter Jane, a lot of people are in a financial crisis. And what if it's not yours? What if it's generational trauma? What if it's emotional trauma? What if it's a spiritual hex or curse? What if it's something past life like karma or something that you just have to clear? Yeah, if you think it's generational, that's where you would start. Okay, Dinah Harris. Dinah Harris. Okay, so Kelly, I'm going to show you really quickly. So when you're on here, I know it's harder. Tech is insane. When you click on my picture, it's going to show my picture again. You're going to click on that picture. Then it's going to show my profile with all my videos. And underneath my profile, there's going to be a link. So when you click on that link, it'll open up my store and you'll be able to see everything that's available. Thank you, Interjane.
Mom,
What, baby?
could you take this vacuum apart?
No.
Aw. This, please.
No, I don't want you playing with it right now.
Aw.
Okay, so who's at a 10-10? Because everyone that I've been calling out does not seem to be here. So if you're a 10-10, say 10-10, I give you permission. Yeah, he's my 4-year-old. He's my sunshine. Okay, it's Tanya. You're next.
Please.
So it's Tanya. Thank you for the crown and the heart. So we're going to do it's Tanya.
Take apart.
And then I'm just going to do this really quick, you guys. Sorry, I'm just going to follow back my top peeps. There we go. It's Tanya. Hey, it's Tanya. All right, so I'm so excited to be working with you. So all I'm doing, you guys, is holding sacred space. I'm going to ask which key. Vince, we're not taking apart the vacuum, okay?
But I want proof.
I know, but it's not a toy. I'm
Please.
sorry. Okay, we got you guys. What do you want to take apart?
Down.
Okay. There you go. I'm a sucker for my kids, you guys. Okay. So it's Tanya. She's at a 10-10 pain. She gave me permission to work on her. I teach you how to do this in my $27 guide. It's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life.
Do that.
So it's Tanya. It's past life. Do we need to know more? No. So what that means is you can clear it. So for those of you guys who just joined, how do we clear our pain once we figure it out? This is the most universal, fastest way I've ever found working with people. And I'm certified in a lot of modalities. You just are going to breathe unconditional love into that pain. And then as you breathe out, you're going to literally breathe that pain out. Trust the emotions that come though. If you cry, if you're upset or mad, like just trust that that pain is going to release from your body. So now we're going to ask what this is going to release. So it's going to release to a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5. So Tanya, this is going to get you to a 5 pain. So when I'm working with people, thanks to the love, when I'm working with people, I'm going to, and it only gets to a 5 or your pain gets to a 5. What does that mean? It means that there is another key. How do you do breath and unconditional love? This is a great question. What does unconditional love feel like? So when you breathe unconditional love to that pain, you're not judging your pain. You're just shining unconditional love. Love literally is the biggest transmuter of anything. So how do you breathe in unconditional love? You just breathe love into that pain. And then as you breathe out, you release and command that pain to be removed from your body. Okay? So it's doing multiple things. When you breathe in unconditional love, it's filling that space that's now been removed with unconditional love so it doesn't come back. Okay? And you're giving yourself permission. You're holding sacred space for your body to release. So this is going to get Tanya to a 5, which means there's another key. Thanks for the donut, Dinah. So we're going to ask, is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it spiritual? Is it generational? Is it past life? Is it absorbed? It's absorbed. Okay? Do you know that you can absorb energy and take it on as your own? People do this all the time. All of us empaths in here. So we're going to ask, do we need to know more? Yes. Okay, it's absorbed from mom, from dad, from brother, from sister. Tanya, do you have a sister? So Tanya, do you have a little or a grown-up sister? No, okay. So this was more of a friend that was like a sister. Yes. Okay, do you have a really good friend that you see more as a sister than a friend? Okay, so you have a brother, that's great. But do you have a friend or a niece or, okay, yes. Okay, this is it, yes. So that person in your life that you see more as a sister than a friend, we're all brothers and sisters, but some of us aren't blood. You absorbed some energy from this person and took it on as your own. Do we need to know more? Yes. Okay, so we need to know what age. Yes, 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 10 through 15, 10, 11, 12, 13. So at 13 years old, this friend, you took some of that energy. Okay? Do you know who we're talking about? Tanya? She's ready to clear yes. So Tanya, you're going to breathe in unconditional love into that pain. And as you breathe out, you're going to send that absorbed energy back to sender with love. And no, we're not adding pain or we're not adding trauma to that person's pain. We're just giving it back because it wasn't yours to carry. This is going to get her to a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0. Tonight's live, no. 1. Okay. So you will get to a 1, Tanya, today, and then it'll take a little while to integrate to a 0. So Tanya, you let us know as you start dropping from a 10 to a 9 to an 8 so we can send you unconditional love. Lisa kind of dropped off. Lisa, if you're still here, you let us know. So right now, we're holding space for Tanya. She's breathing unconditional love into her pain. And this absorbed energy that she took, that's not hers. Okay. So as we wait for Tanya, we're going to do one more. Thank you for sending love. Pisces. Need your Pisces, Kubus, Bajan. Ramses, Sylvia. Okay. So Sylvia, we're going to do you, Sylvia. You guys, if I didn't get you, get my free guide. You can do this on your own, I promise. And I go live every day. Sylvia, we're doing you next. Okay. She gave me permission. Yes, we're going to use the keys. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life. Jiminy Crickets. Do you guys see the theme? If you don't believe in past life, multiple lives, change the language. What do you believe in? We're eternal beings. We've lived for thousands, if not millions of years before we came here. Do you think anything happened before you came here to this earth that you're still trying to process? We need to know more. Where's my... There we go. Okay. My phone was at 1%. We need to know more. Nope. So that means she could clear this. This will get her to a 9, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4. Which means what? It means that there's another key. Yay, Sharon. I just purchased your $27 guide. So what do I do now, please? So that guide is going to get sent straight to your email. You're going to open the guide. You're going to read it. It's 80 pages, but it's 80 pages of pure truth. So read through it quickly, but go straight to how to test yes or no, because you could start practicing that right away. Okay. Sylvia, we just cleared past life. That's going to get her to a 4, which means she has another key. Let's ask which key. It's physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. Okay. It's absorbed. I am Heather. Yes. Okay. From mom, from dad, from brother, from sister, from family, from family. Does she need to know? And nope, she can clear that. Yes. Okay. This will get her to a 3, a 2, a 1, a 0. So Sylvia, we're just breathing unconditional love into that pain. And with each breath out, we're breathing out the pain. We're sending that energy you took back to sender. It's Tanya. How are we doing? Does everybody have a past life? Maybe this is your first life. You got to test. My classes, so all the modules you'll have access to. So I go live every Monday from 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. But then you have access to the community so you can ask questions anytime. Okay? It's Tanya. Are you still here? So just waiting for Tanya to make sure she's doing okay. Do I have a bad heart? You could test. You could test. Sylvia, how are you doing? Jan 65. Yes, feels like a 3. Okay, awesome, Tanya. So proud of you, love. You guys, Tanya went from a 10-10 pain to a 3 in minutes. Can you please send Tanya hearts and love? You could do this too. How do I test? I show you how in my free guide, but if you want a guide how to do what I'm doing in seconds, how to have all the charts. So if it is physical, what? If it is a parasite, which one? If it is a heavy metal, which one? Look at all this love for you, Tanya. So just keep breathing, Tanya, and trust and integrate. You're doing beautiful. So we're going to wait for Tanya. She can get to a 1, okay? We were told she can get to a 1. This clearing will get to a 0. But on this live, I was told that she can get to a 1. So she's just 2 points away from a 1. Like, how freaking powerful is this, you guys? Do you understand? Do you understand why I was so mad at God when I realized this after spending thousands and thousands of dollars in holistic modalities, certifications? You do not need certifications to learn this information. You just need to know how to tap into your yes and your no. You just need to learn how to speak the secret language of your body. And key number 1 teaches you that, to listen to your pain, because pain is just a messenger. But you've been silencing your messenger for so long that your messenger is like screaming at you now to get your attention. Hi, Phoenix. It wasn't only taught in Germany. He's German. The guy who created this is German. He brought it to the States, and it just wasn't taking off like it was in Germany. Wonder why. So in my spiritual mastery course, you will get access to all of the frequencies, all of the codes. There's over 5,000 of them. I will teach you the system I learned and got certified in my spiritual mastery course. But in my $27 guide, I teach you the system to get a yes or no in seconds. In seconds. I was born in Germany. Yes, I love that. So you guys, I teach these keys. I embody these keys because I lived through them. I lived through the emotional trauma. I lived through the generational trauma. I lived with absorbed energy that wasn't mine. I had spiritual warfare. I had a past life experience. I literally speak to my body every day and ask. I'm never sick, ever. I never have anxiety. I never have depression. If I do, it's for minutes, maybe a couple hours, but I have my tools to tap in and clear. That's where God wants you to be. God wants you to see that you're a queen and you're a king in his power, that nothing holds you back only unless you allow it to. And how are you allowing it to? Is because you're silencing your truth. You're literally silencing the one gift that God gave you that can never be taken away from you, that you don't have to earn, that you're worthy of for all eternity, and that is your intuition, your discernment. How do you clear emotional trauma? Well, first you have to know what is it, if it is an emotional trauma. Then you have to ask if you're ready to clear. If not, you need to know more. You need to know what age. If not, you need to know what emotion. Okay? So that's why these keys are so important. So we are just waiting for It's Tanya to get to a 1. If you guys want to get my free guide or my $27 guide or my $395 spiritual mastery course, I have a Stan Store, okay? So we are just waiting for Tanya. We're sending her unconditional love to get her to that 1. So we got Charity down. We got Divinely Guided down. Sylvia, how are you doing, Sylvia? Sylvia, how are you doing? 7. Okay, Sylvia's at a 7. Okay, she was at a 10. We got her to a 7. She needs more clearing? No. So Sylvia, it's just breathing, unconditional love, allowing your body to integrate. There's no timeline in integration. And if you've been carrying this 10-10 pain for years, it's going to take a little while to integrate and release, right? So Sylvia's at a 7. I got a phone call as I asked you a question about your chest pain. Oh, about my chest pain? Oh, the past life key? Yeah. So I recognized that my chest pain was tied to a past life experience. And then once that was confirmed through another person, the pain instantly left. Do you change for what you were doing? Do I charge? So I do have a free guide. I have a $27 advanced intuitive testing guide, which gives you all the charts. So I tell you all the 7 keys. If it's physical, it's going to be a heavy metal, a toxin, a parasite, or a nutrient deficiency. Which one? We're not playing a needle in a haystack. I teach you how to get your yes or your no, because your body literally speaks to you, yes, no. So then when you have your yes and your no and the 7 keys, you can know exactly what's causing your block, causing your pain, so that you can release it in minutes. I teach you how to do this proxy for other people. I teach you a bonus about money blocks. That's in my $27 guide. For those of you who are feeling called to step fully into your spiritual gifts, you want to know your purpose. You want to activate your spiritual antenna. You want to activate your spiritual gifts in a safe environment. Yay, thank you, Sharon. Then I have a spiritual mastery course. It is a mystery school. You will get divine downloads and revelation straight from God. What if you have many traumas? Then you start with the first one. Your body will always speak truth to the first one. So you start with the first one. Which key do I need first? Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life, absorbed. Do I need to know more? If it's a no, you can clear. Then you do it again. You do it again. You do it again. Okay? So yeah, when I started this, I had many traumas, many generational traumas, many absorbed energies. And I just released them, integrated, release them, integrated, release them, integrated. So right now we're sending unconditional love. Yeah, I feel like I have many as well. Yeah. We're sending unconditional love to Sylvia and It's Tanya. They were at a 10-10 pain. Sylvia is sitting at about a 7, or she was, and Tanya got down to a 3. Sylvia's down to a 5. Yes, Sylvia. Yes, half the pain. Do you know what it feels like to be in a 10-10 pain, you guys? Chronic pain for years? And to go from a 10-10 to a 5 in minutes? I do this every single night. I'm not magical. Tanya got to a 0, everybody. Mass love to Tanya, everyone. Please mass heart bomb Tanya. Okay? Yes. Tanya got to a 0, you guys. It's been 30 minutes, I think. I don't know when we started, Tanya. I think we started a little bit later. But she was at a 10-10 pain, and she is a 0. I did not heal her. I held sacred space. We tested which key. Her body acknowledged, yes, it was ready to release, and she released the pain in minutes. You guys, if this information got out, we would literally destroy the matrix, because you cannot profit off of healed people. You guys, my $27 guide teaches you how to do this. How to get a yes or no in seconds. How to release your pain in minutes. Yeah, Jen, get the $27 guide, babe. Hey, I see you, Yeshiel. I see you, love. It's 333. We're just waiting for Sylvia. I've had shoulder joint pain for 5 years now. It's gone. I cannot believe it. You guys, this, I cannot make this up. Do you guys see what Miss Tanya said? She's been carrying this pain for 5 years. What does that mean? Most likely she went to doctors and specialists and all the things, and they kept telling her she's fine. They kept gaslighting her pain. Take a pain medication. Silence your pain. When you silence your pain, you silence your truth. I literally give you the 7 keys. It took me 10 years to get even just the 7 keys. And you have them now. And you have the tool to get a yes or no. You have your intuition. You have your discernment. So where do you get this? You click my profile picture. You click my picture again. Thank you, BJ. It will bring up my profile with all my videos, and I have my stand store right there. Get the $27 guide. It teaches you how to do this in seconds. In seconds. Miss Tanya went from a 10-10 to a 0 in minutes. You're so welcome, Nene. Yes, Shaman Sandy just signed up for the mastery course. If you sign up for the mastery course, I mean, you are ready. Talk about, it is the most incredible thing you'll ever experience. How do I know? Because I personally had to go through it. Your purpose, your spiritual gifts, you're going to know the truth code, how to use it. You're going to be able to step fully into your spiritual gifts. It's incredible. I'm so freaking excited for you. Yay. Okay, we're just waiting for Miss Sylvia. She's down to a 5. She was at a 10-10. Yes, Nikki got the free guide, queen. You guys, if you get the free guide, share it with everyone you know. Shaman Sandy, yes. Okay, I work with a lot of people who are psychic mediums, healers, okay? And the system is so quick and fast and simple. I'm so excited for you to bring your energy into the community. It's going to be amazing. So Sylvia, where are you at, love? A 3. Hell yes. A 3. So Sylvia went from a 10-10 to a 3 in minutes. I do this every single day. I hold sacred space. I teach people how to fish. What does that mean? I teach people how to heal themselves, because we do not need a savior. We've had one. That was Jesus Christ. He showed us the way. He said, you can do this and even greater things. How do we do this? We start listening to our gift, our intuition. Never lies, always tells the truth. This is our discernment. Then we have keys. Keys unlock truth. When you have the 7 keys, you can unlock your truth in seconds. It's just a way to communicate quickly through your secret language. Not mine, yours. So when you have the secret language, you have your intuition, you start trusting discernment through God, and you have the keys, you unlock your truth and your healing. Not me, you. Eve used people didn't listen to Jesus. This is why we have religion, but he was telling us who we are. I have my opinions about religion, for sure. But everyone is on their own spiritual journey of discovering who they are. And when you're ready for more, God will put people in your life when you're ready for more. Cat Williams just did a stand-up about this. I'm not sure. So Sylvia, you guys, got to a 3. We're holding space for her to get to a 0. I was told she could get to a 0 on this live. Right now, she's just processing. How is she releasing? She's breathing unconditional love into the past life and the absorbed energy. I have been in mind spiritual awakening for 4 months. Oh, thank you, shaman. Yeah, spiritual awakening is a trip, but a lot of people are doing it without boundaries, without specific terms, and so they're going into psychosis. Not because they're crazy, they awaken their spiritual antenna. They literally turn their radio on to all frequencies. So everything's showing up. Everything's showing up. Yes, they literally are seeing multiple dimensions and worlds and beings. Yes, they are hearing crazy things. But because they don't have energetic boundaries, they don't know that they can say no and turn that off. Everything's flooding in. And then they're having physical pain too. They're having entities that are literally causing them heart attacks or pain or physical symptoms. So their family does only what they know best, is to put them into places that can help. But all those places do is they give them so much medication. The medication does shut down those spiritual gifts, right? It shuts them down. But the second they start coming off the medication, right? Because once your spiritual antenna is awakened, it's awakened. You don't go back. Okay? It's like once you cook a raw steak, it's not going back to raw. But these people keep getting medicated and medicated and medicated to silence their gifts. But the truth is if they just had the right tools and they said, hey, buddy, listen, I know that you're seeing those demonic entities. Let's set up terms and boundaries right now. That your light is only a beacon for truth. That your light will only attract those of the highest dimensional beings, either 90 to 100% light. If they're not, they are not allowed in my energetic boundary. Goodbye. Problem solved. You can never regress your third eye, which means if it's activated 100%, you will not turn it down to a 0. What you will do is you'll set energetic boundaries to your third eye. So your third eye will remain 100% open and active, but it will only be shown and seen to those people that you set terms to. Does that make sense? So we learn all these things in my spiritual mastery course. This is better than muscle testing. So Tracy, I don't know how to do muscle testing. I'm special needs. In the advanced intuitive testing guide, I teach you a system that's like so bulletproof. Yeah, I think schizophrenia just means that you're more in tune with the spiritual realm. You totally are. And if you have the keys and you're working with people who have been spiritually awakened, you know, it could be physical. It could be emotional trauma that's come up. Thanks for the sunglasses. It could be generational trauma. You guys, most people who go into psychosis either have severe trauma put on them and it just woke them up. It could be postpartum. It could be a forcing of the spiritual gifts to be awakened because you have a divine plan and it's like, oop, we're ready, right? You could have dabbled in plant medicine or ayahuasca or some other medicine that you weren't ready for and you just blasted your third eye wide open without having proper boundaries. Sylvia, where are we at, love? Yeah, thank you, Winter Jane. Sylvia! Yes. Yes. Sylvia is at a 1. Where is the love for Sylvia? Can we mass heart Sylvia? Me too, Brittany. The matrix is crumbling. Yes, Sylvia. Do you see how powerful holding sacred space in a community? When you have the keys and you have intuition, it's a game over. Game freaking over. I do this every single day. What do? I just teach truth. I give people the keys and they do the work. Okay? One of my favorite scriptures, you guys, Jesus said, if you drink from that well, you will thirst for your entire life. What is that well? That is external. That is needing validation. That is needing doctors. That is needing people outside of you. Your connection between you and Jesus. Jesus said, you drink from my well, you will never thirst again. How do you drink from his well? The kingdom of God. Where is the kingdom of God? Within you. Where do you seek answers? Within you. How do you get a yes or no? Your intuition within you. How do you know which key? You ask. Okay? These keys are powerful. They're life-changing. They're transformational. Silva, freaking heck yes, queen. She's a 0. We did it, you guys. We did it. We held sacred space and Sylvia freaking did it. Queen went from a 10-10 pain to a 0. Queen went from a 10-10 to a 0. Yes, yes, freaking yes. And what did she clear, you guys? She cleared a past life and one absorbed energy. They weren't even hers. They weren't even physical. You'll see when you come watch me every day that hardly ever, not even one time so far on TikTok has it been something physical. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have something physical causing your pain right now. I'm saying you absolutely could. But you can know in literal minutes, seconds, what is wrong. I teach you this in my advanced intuitive testing guide. It's $27. It is so powerful. But if you're ready for more, you guys, and when I mean more, I mean your spiritual name, your spiritual gifts, pure divine revelation, prophetic downloads. Okay, I'm for the people who believe in God and Jesus and Heavenly Mother. So those are the people I work with. Okay? If you feel called to my spiritual mastery course and you believe in like universe and other things, you can still participate by all means. But you will literally get to see your creator face to face. You're like, how? Because I teach you how to do active meditation, not this BS pretend la la land meditation. We go deep with frequencies and codes. Yes, Shaman, I'm so excited. Everything is energy. Yes, PJ. Yes, I'm Muslim. We believe in Jesus, but not as God. BS, la la. Yeah. Yeah, everybody has their own perspective of who God is. And so in my spiritual mastery course, we're not just praying to particles. We ask to be shown, who are we praying to? Who am I seeking guidance and counsel? Yes, Winter Jane. It's almost midnight. Oh my goodness. Thanks for jumping on. Yeah, so you guys, what did we do? We just held sacred space for 5 beautiful women to go from a 10-10 to a 0. 2 people I think accidentally got kicked off or were working, but hopefully they're able to jump on and let us know that it was able to work for them. It's midnight in a lot of places. It's 3:47 p.m. where I'm at. You're so welcome. Okay. So what can you guys do? You guys can download the free guide for sure, and you can share it with people who are in chronic pain, distress, anxiety, depression. You guys, my free guide has a free course. It's the Live Empowered course. It's incredible. It has a free breakthrough guide. It's incredible. In my $27 advanced intuitive testing guides, okay, I teach you exactly how to get a yes or no in seconds. Why do I charge $27? Because I spent the last 10 years and $15,000 in certifications to create this guide for you. So you can bypass all the certifications, so you can go right to truth and source. And you can do this for other people. I teach you how to do this proxy the right way. Do you see how I ask permission and I have to test if I actually got permission? Do you see how I ask the body, what can you release to? And then we only work with the soul, the body. The body says we can only get her to afford today. She can only get to afford today. We have to respect our bodies and integration. How did you find out you're gifted? Well, I kind of already knew when I was seeing demonic entities when I was 3 and 4. We're all spiritually gifted. Every single one of us. In the scriptures, God gave everybody talents. Talents are your spiritual gifts. He gave us parables. He said, I gave this man a talent. What did that guy do? He buried his talents in the dirt. He hid them from the world. There's no growth when you do that. He gave another guy talents. And what did that guy do? He used his talents to get more talents. Because God will bless the people who use their spiritual gifts and he'll give them more. So when you join my spiritual mastery course, not only are you going to activate and awaken your spiritual gifts, you're going to be blessed with more gifts that you didn't even know you had, because we're going to ask them to be activated. We're going to activate all strands of our DNA. Do you know that we have 36 strands of DNA? Do you know most people on this planet only have 2 active? Do you know you have celestial DNA? Do you know that when Adam and Eve partook of the fruit, they had celestial DNA and then that DNA was transferred into physical DNA? Do you know those strands, when you activate them, you can activate them? I teach you how to test yes or no so you can ask, how many strands are activated of my DNA? So all these things and so much more. We go really, really deep. How did I learn through this? Through certifications. So I had very specific spiritual mentors and teachers. A lot of it was yes through my certifications. Yes. But then you get to a point where you have to learn how to receive further truth and knowledge straight from source. So you will get to a point, and I'm going to teach you how to create a solid spiritual foundation. I'm going to teach you how to become a direct conduit to pure source, which is God. Source. So that when you are ready for more light and information, you will receive pure, unadulterated truth. This is what prophets and seers receive, because they do the spiritual work, they tap in, they set those boundaries, and then they receive more light and knowledge. What did Jesus say? Ask and ye shall receive. Knock and I will give unto you. Precept upon precept. God will not give you a steak. He will not give a baby steak. He gives a baby milk. And then they go into solid, a little bit more solid foods, and then they go into the steak. So my spiritual mastery course is for those people who are ready for the steak and the meat and the potatoes. Okay? And I give you a solid foundation, because I'm not a savior. I'm just a speaker of truth. I help women and men remember who they are and then how to get their own divine connection and answers, because that's how it's supposed to be. Remember, if you drink from that well, you're going to be thirsty for the rest of your life. If you drink from this well, the internal well, Jesus' well, God's well, you'll never thirst again. Now I'm hungry. Yeah, me too. Steak and potato, shaman. If you lived in Utah, we'd go get some together. It's time to restore Eden. Yes, you guys. How do you restore Eden? How do you bring heaven on earth? You bring heaven on earth through speaking truth, bringing down pure information, and helping everybody. Okay? Share the free guide with all your friends, your family. If you buy the $27 guide, learn how to do this. Teach your mom, your dad, your brother and sister, your siblings. I see people's energy as a gift. Yes, that is a gift. Is it still Sunday where you are? No, it's Monday. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. Sylvia, did you get to did you get down to a 0, love? I forget. Did she get to a 0? I know she got to a 1. I have been doing this since being a child. Yes, I love that. Yes, I'm so grateful, Mr. Jane. Yes, she did. Okay, perfect. I wasn't sure. So Sylvia did get to a 0, you guys. So I'm so happy. So that means we finished today's lesson. You guys, I jump on live every day. Tomorrow I'll be live twice. So I'll be live in the afternoon and then again at night. Today I have a one-on-one, so I won't be going live tonight. But if you haven't, make sure you follow me so you don't lose me, right? We are family. We want to stay together. Get the free guide. How long is the $27 guide sale? It's not on sale, love. It's always $27. It's always $27. Okay. And then you guys can access that in my profile anytime. So make sure you're following me. So when you're ready to get back, because I know it's late for some of you guys, let me know and get on my lives and share your experiences, how you've helped yourself heal through the 7 keys. Okay. What downloads and revelations did you receive about the keys that you unlocked? Let us know. Let's share and all the goodness. All right, guys. Love you so much and have the most beautiful day or night sleep.